guys, welcome to another episode of Rising Stars. I'm your host, Sean Watts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our show is promoting the Montreal talent pool here. We're getting inside their minds on who they are as artists, who they are as a person. And without further ado, I would like to present you guys Vincent. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me, Sean, and it's a pleasure also to
Absolutely.
be here with you.
So I'm noticing an accent right
Yes.
away. Where are you from?
So first of all, I was born in Togo.
Togo?
Yeah.
Where is that? I'm not too familiar with that.
It's a small country in West Africa.
Cool.
Between Benin and Ghana.
Okay.
And Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, so
Yeah,
I know where that
exactly.
is. Okay, so how much people are in your country?
7 million today.
Yeah, today?
Yeah.
What about yesterday?
But of course, we were few yesterday, but today we are 7 million. And
so it's fairly small.
Very small country, and I was born there. I grew up there until 10 years old.
Oh, yeah?
And then I flew to France. And
oh, wow.
I grew up in Paris also.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
So, yeah. And now I'm here in Canada since...
So how long has it been?
7 years here in Canada.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So out of all three countries, where's your favorite that you've enjoyed?
Honestly, I have no favorite country.
No?
I feel
Good for you.
everywhere.
Yeah, good for you.
And
yeah.
I was...
I'm just happy to
I'm just happy to be...
whatever else.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I love to travel and then...
Yeah.
The plan
for your job, are you doing anything when it comes to traveling, or?
Not now because I'm focused on the acting.
Okay.
And I used to be a project manager in construction.
Cool.
And acting bring me to this. So
yeah,
it
brings you more joy, I guess, right?
I'm very happy when I am on the stage, when I am in front of cameras.
So when did you start acting? Like,
okay,
was it something you always wanted to do, or just one day you woke up and you're like, I want to be an actor. Let's go.
It's a funny story because there is no background in my family. Nobody's an artist.
Yeah, mine either.
Oh, really?
No, nobody.
So welcome to the club. So yeah,
welcome, man.
So yeah, nobody's an actor in my family. So nor a singer. I just decided to become an actor when I landed here in Canada.
Really?
So sometimes when you travel and you came somewhere, you just feel the vibe and you just want to start something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I jump in this business. I start taking classes, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult for me because I have no background. I don't go to school, to acting school, so I just.
But sometimes it starts from within.
Exactly.
Right. So it's your heart and your soul, and that will drive you towards your dream of being an actor. And where'd you take some classes?
So I started by Canadian National Theatre School.
Okay.
And
so where's that? Here in Montreal?
Here in Montreal.
Oh, is it? So
yeah.
What was the process to get in there?
I just started like that. It was a workshop for public.
Oh, so that's how you started?
Exactly.
Okay.
Just for experience and just to see how it goes, if I am made for this or not.
Yeah.
So I just started by a workshop public.
It's like wrestling all lion.
Exactly.
You know?
So as soon as I started, my teacher was encouraging me, and the students also, like, Vincent, you can do it. Like, you have something in you, keep going. Yeah. And then, so I believe in myself, and I'm here today in front of Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's great. So was it challenging, though, when you started doing the workshop?
Oh, my God. That is
like what was your first impression going through that?
Stressful. Very stressful, like...
Yep, welcome to the club.
Yeah,
welcome to my club.
Exactly, so I can feel that. So it was very stressful to understand. It's very technical. It is... People... A lot of people think it's easy, like...
Well, for the National Theatre, though, that's theatre classes, I guess, right? So it wasn't film and television, it was...
No, it was just...
Just, like on stage, live.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's even harder.
It's hard, especially for me who never
did it.
Did it before. Yeah. So it was live in front of people.
What was that first experience like when you stepped on stage in front of your peers? And they saw you acting, and your heart's racing probably.
My heart was racing. I was close to to give up. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, because it was
Why were
30
you-
person. Like we have 12 week of class, okay, and at the end we present a show in front of.
your peers?
Exactly.
So- So throughout the first process of entering this program,
yeah.
you're rehearsing your show for the final day?
Yes, definitely.
or-
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we were rehearsing. Like, it was a lot of rehearsal, but between the rehearsal and the delivering of the show,
Yeah.
it's a gap. So
Oh, is it?
the stress is not the same, and you can do the best rehearsal if you want, but
Yeah.
as soon as you are in front of people, because it was just between us students
yeah.
when we were practicing.
Yeah.
But when you are delivering what you do
You're-
in front of people is not the same. Like you can even forget your text and.
You're making me nervous now.
Oh no, you don't have to.
No, you're making me nervous because I'm imagining being in that position on stage, because I'm someone, even though I'm an actor, I have a lot of like social anxiety. You don't realize that,
Okay.
but when I'm at home, I'm an introvert. So I'm someone who's on social media passively scrolling, and I'm just enjoying my own company. But then in public, I'm a social butterfly.
You know what? I am the same.
Yeah.
I'm at home. I don't like to be around people.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
as soon as I am in front of people and when I'm doing my job,
Yeah.
I feel happy and.
That's how
I'm
I
an
am
extrovert.
too, and people would never suspect that you're introverted. I'm introverted, and it's
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's a talent. So,
Exactly.
welcome to the club.
Yeah, definitely.
Another club that we're in.
And exactly. The
It's
second one.
it's would you say like your mother or father, are they introverted as well?
My
or-
mother, yes, but my father, no.
Okay.
He's a clown. He loves to make people
Oh, yeah?
laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I have this from him. I don't know. But
Maybe.
he loves to be between people. But my mom is very introvert.
Like,
And
okay.
I grew up mostly with her.
Yeah.
So I think I
So it's like a mixture of both.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you were doing this rehearsal at the National Theatre School of Canada,
Yep.
what was the role? What was
It was a lot of role I play.
Oh, so every week it was a role, and then the last
Yes.
one. Okay.
We have like, I can say I practice four roles,
Yeah.
four character.
Did you have a favorite?
Yes.
Which one?
The last one was someone who is, how can I say that, sick mentally,
Oh, it's mentally mentally ill.
mentally
person.
ill, but he's
Like a homeless person you see on the street sometimes. and,
exactly.
they're not all there.
Exactly, but
Okay.
he want to show to hide this sickness
Ah, that's
by
interesting
making
already.
jokes,
Ah,
you know.
Yeah.
So he's very sick, but he don't want people to see his sickness. So he changed this in
Yeah.
jokes, and he want to make people laugh.
that's pretty
And,
interesting. Now.
Yes, it was my
Yeah.
favorite one.
Okay.
So when I was doing the thing, people were laughing, but at the end they understand that I have an illness, and
The
and
hearts
yeah,
were breaking.
Exactly. Because, it was honestly
Yeah.
it was very funny.
So it
very
was like a sort of like clown school style, but yet there's a certain seriousness to it, from what I'm understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a story behind the clown. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, did you continued through the
Yes.
theater school? Okay.
No,
so-
no.
Or-
I keep taking acting classes.
Yeah.
And
where else did you take it?
Oh, at Atelier Louise Boisvert.
Mm-hmm.
It was interpretation class, camera class,
Okay.
voice
Yeah.
class also, and then I went to a school. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name.
Yeah, you can if
Okay,
you want.
it's
yeah.
Daniel Fischer class,
Okay.
and I keep going,
Yeah.
taking a lot of classes.
So how long have you been doing it now? For since you've arrived in Canada. So what?
Okay,
6 years, 7
there
years?
was two steps between when I start in 2000 and just after the COVID,
Okay.
2021.
I think like 21 or 22. I can't remember.
Between 21 and 22.
but- yeah.
Okay, I don't remember exactly the month. And
No, you don't have to remember.
yeah,
the month.
exactly. So it was between 21 and 22.
Yeah.
And then I found an agent.
Okay.
So yeah.
Congrats on finding the agent.
Thank you.
It's
3 years.
Feels good. Yeah.
Yes, it was important in my career to find someone who can push me
Yeah.
and give me more
But also
breakdowns.
support you too. That's very
Definitely,
important,
yeah.
right? So you don't want a toxic relationship with your agent.
Yes, of course.
Then it's awful. It's like being in a toxic relationship with a girl, or
No, it
you
was.
know.
She's a very good person, and
Good for you.
I'm
Yeah,
very
I'm
happy.
proud of you.
Yeah,
That's very important that
So,
you have
yeah.
a healthy relationship with them, because they're working for you, and then you work for them when an
Exactly.
audition comes,
definitely. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you're give and you take,
Yes,
and it's like a relationship with your parents or a loved one.
definitely. It's very important. It's very important to have
Yeah.
a real good bond.
Have you booked any roles through your agents?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
I
do. You want
do.
to share about that?
Of course.
What was your first one?
The first one was just a publicity.
Okay. So
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. What was it?
It-
If you want to talk about it.
No, I prefer to keep it personal.
Yeah.
But I prefer to. The last one was with. I don't know if you know Doute Raisonnable, the series.
No, I'm not too familiar with it,
It's
but maybe
okay.
the viewers are.
Yeah,
so you
it's
can
a,
talk
it's,
about
it's,
it.
it's, it's an Québécois series.
Yeah.
So with Julie Perrault and Marc-André Grandin,
Okay.
they are big names here in Quebec.
Yeah.
So I was playing with them.
What were you doing?
I was doing a gangster and an owner of a strip club who,
That's dark.
yeah, and the darkest thing is coming,
yeah.
like, who unfortunately work with minors.
Oh wow.
So,
okay, so
yeah,
pretty
it was
intense role, but
intense,
I mean,
very intense, and
work is work.
Work
so
is
when
work.
it's acting, you just take whatever comes your
Exactly.
way. And it's a payday, and it's experience, and
yeah, and don't judge
and
your
it's-
character. So,
yeah, yeah, and sometimes when you do some of those darker roles, like I've done some of the darker stuff, and my mom was like, "The viewers are going to hate you," and I said, "Well, they have to realize that's not the real me." And I'm not going to explain what I did. I know what I did
Yes.
for the role, but I mean, there's I still remember my father being like, "What the heck?" You know, like people are going to hate you in the streets if they
Yes.
see this.
Definitely.
And I said, well, they have to realize it's acting. It's not real. Come on. Otherwise, I'd be in jail right now.
Exactly. You see?
Come on.
So yeah, definitely.
Right?
I share the same thing, and for me, I'm not gonna lie, I spend a lot of months before showing it to my mother. I show it to my brother, like,
And he's like, okay, you got
he's
paid,
like, okay,
you know?
he don't
Yeah.
care. Like it was, like he was like, oh,
Yeah.
Vincent,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if your mom is going to be happy. Like,
And mother wanted to hit you across
exactly.
the head.
So being a rapist, the gangster, exploiting minors, like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a lot of things for her.
Of course.
And
It's a
in
lot.
2 episodes, so imagine
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
and
They don't forget about you. No, you come back for a second episode.
exactly. I prepare her mentally. Mom, I'm going to show you something.
You can't prepare a parent for that. Even
No.
I tried to tell my parents,
Even
hey, fast forward this.
You see?
And they ended up seeing it still and being
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
like, they're going to hate you in the streets. And I said, well, I
It's just
had to do
acting.
my job. And a part of that is turning off your remorse.
Yes.
So it's like a serial killer. You don't feel bad or guilty about it. You're just in the moment and you do it, right?
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
you got hired for that. But
It's a payday.
as
you
an
say.
actor as well, if there's ever something that you feel uncomfortable with, you have the right to say no, and they can adjust the script or help you do it in a safe manner. And I think that's very important for you to know that.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's the English or French projects that you do, you don't have to say yes. You could say, okay, I'm comfortable doing this, but not all of it. And they have to work with you on that. They can't force you to do something that you're uncomfortable with. So
Exactly.
keep that in mind as well.
Oh
right?
yes, and believe me, if I don't feel comfortable, I said no.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know, I could tell.
Oh yeah. I said no.
Yeah,
definitely.
good. Yeah.
Because we love we love this job, but it's not very necessary to become like
Well, yeah, doing things.
struggling. Or,
yeah.
you know, it's already tough. So you know.
Yeah. What's like a genre that you really like to do? Like, do you like to do like horror, action, drama, comedy?
Honestly, I'm very open to
Anything?
anything.
But you don't have like a favorite, like when you're at home?
No,
When you're watching a series, you're not
No,
like, oh,
I
I
c-
want to do comedy, for example.
Of course,
or-
I like. No, honestly, since I started this job, I really like to. I'm an actor, so
Yeah.
I love to be in a lot of situation. Like I can
So, for example, if
Yeah.
I were to cast you and I needed an actor for like an emotional role where you really have to cry, can you cry? If I gave you like 5 seconds, hey, let's go.
It's difficult to cry for me.
Okay.
But I can show you my emotions.
Yeah.
This is funny because when I started taking classes, it was impossible for me to cry. I do my best of crying, like it was very tough for me. But
Yeah.
since 1.5 years, I came to develop this crying step.
The ability.
And like it was so difficult to cry, even by cry tears stick
Well-
to cry in front
Put
of.
onions by your
Exactly.
eyes. I'm gonna
It
cry.
was so, it was not easy, but
It's also very important to realize that crying is not everything. So it's something that's not impressive anymore. There are
course.
so many casting directors and directors who see that and they're like, crying's just, join the list of the 1,000 actors that can cry, right?
Yes.
It's become irrelevant.
definitely.
So, as I've mentioned to other guests on the show, it's not about crying because there's a lot of other emotions that you're bouncing off of. It's you're sad, you feel guilty, you're angry, you're confused, you're in a state of shock. And if you can bounce off of all these different emotions, that's already more interesting than
Exactly.
just crying and being one-dimensional, right?
Exactly.
Because
Definitely.
realistically, if a girl breaks up with you, you could be angry at her.
Yes.
You're gonna, maybe you feel guilty because you did something or she did something. So there's different things going on, right? And it's important to not just sell who you are as an artist on crying.
Exactly. And your eyes can show everything. So.
Yeah. And that's how I am as an actor, is I show a lot of my emotion through my eyes.
Same here.
Right?
Like exactly.
When I first started acting, I was typecast as a villain.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, you look like a bad guy. You have tattoos all over your body.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, you want me to be a bad guy? I'm going to be the baddest villain in Montreal. Okay, I'm going to, grow out the beard. And I started growing it all out.
Okay.
And now I'm like, I've gotten away from those auditions. Because being versatile like you, I love acting just as a whole. And, I've shown the vulnerable side to me. So now there's
For me, it's more powerful,
yeah.
definitely, to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
vulnerable.
I think so. Yeah, it's more captivating, more interesting.
Definitely.
What's something that you're extremely proud of in terms of your career so far today, where when you look back at it, you're like, you know what, I can pat myself on the shoulder. I feel good.
At the day I found an agent,
Oh yeah.
I was very proud of that because
I know. It feels
Honestly,
good. I know it feels good.
I was close to give up because.
Well, did people reject you?
Oh yes,
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't have the Quebec. I'm from France.
Yeah.
Grew up in Africa.
Yeah.
I don't have. I don't have the accent.
So
the
you
right
were-
accent.
Yeah, you were sort of you were caught in the middle. You didn't
yeah.
belong here or here, and you were just trying to
Exactly.
find it.
So it was a process to find this agent. So
Yeah.
the day I found her, I was like, oh, is it real? Like she was like, yeah, we're gonna work together and build your career and.
Well, at least again they believe in you, and it was like
yes.
a weight off the shoulder, right? So
Exactly.
you can kind of sit back and be like, okay, they believe in me. Now I can go to work.
Oh yes.
I can, take training more serious.
Yes.
I'm less stressed and everything else.
Exactly. That was
Good for you, man.
Yes.
I'm so happy and proud of you.
Thank you very much.
It's an amazing feeling.
Thank you very much.
I actually sort of went through something very similar when I was
Okay.
living in South America in Patagonia.
Okay.
I had an agent as well, and I was in the mix there of not really having a Argentinian accent or a Chilean accent, but it worked to my favor because I had blue eyes, and that stood out.
Oh, okay. You see?
Right? So you need to use your uniqueness
Your strength. Yeah.
as a strength, advantage.
Exactly. Yep.
So you don't ever get typecast. Play the best friend, play the quirky, weird guy for comedy stuff, right? And try to set yourself apart. So when it comes to auditions, and maybe this advice can help you, is I'm always trying to think outside of the box in terms of cliche auditions.
Of course.
I'm
Yep.
like, okay, 90 to 95% of these actors are going to do the whole cliche audition, blah, blah, blah. That's boring, right? That's not going to poke you the part. You're just putting yourself like a sheep.
Yep.
You're being a follower.
Exactly.
You want to be that leader. So try to think outside of the box all the times. For your second or third take risks. Nothing wrong with taking risks, because as soon as you get the casting directors in your corner, you're going to get a lot more auditions.
Definitely, and that's what I do.
Trust me.
That's what I do.
Right? Yeah.
That's what I do. For example, when I booked for Doute Raisonnable,
the series.
no, like I'm black, I'm doing the gangster thing,
Yeah.
I'm the rapist, and it was a little cliche, but I was happy for that. And my friend was like, "Oh, you are doing the cliche thing." I said, "No, don't.
You're getting work.
I'm not like that.
No, exactly.
It's not me, you know." And yes, I received those comments about this cliche thing, and no, I'm hired for a job, and I'm not judging my character because it's not me.
No, exactly.
And yeah,
And I find that weird too. Like a lot of the times, viewers, they cannot separate acting and versus like who the person is.
it's crazy. Like
It is very bizarre to me.
it's very bizarre, and
I don't understand that concept. I don't know. I'm baffled by it. So
like I don't know. Like I can say, like, is it important to be an actor to understand? I think no, because when I was not an actor, I was I was able to understand that okay, it's a movie. They are not what they are showing to
I
me.
think it's a certain mindset too. I mean, a lot of people, I find it weird. Like I did
They
one of
judge
these-
quickly.
Yeah, and it's like I've done videos where, even though I looked like a villain, and I ended up like cheating on my wife
Okay.
for these videos, the viewers felt bad for me, even though I'm the guy who cheated on my wife.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's the way that you portray the character.
Exactly.
So there are ways you can do it. So if you can humanize your character, even though you're a gangster, there's a reason your character still has heart.
Of course.
There's a reason, there's a motive on why he's doing what he's doing. Oh, maybe it's because he has a wife and kids who are starving, and this is his means to provide for them. Oh, now suddenly they know your backstory. Now I feel guilty, I feel bad for the gangster, for example, right? So this helps as well. And, clearly for your role, what you're doing is very, okay, this is what you're doing. And I don't know if they showed the backstory on why your character was doing what he was doing.
They don't show the backstory, but at the end, something I'm not going to spoil for people who don't watch
Don't spoil it.
But
they gave some clarity.
At the end, you understand, and
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
So full circle moment. Right?
Exactly.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear, man.
So yeah.
Do you plan on staying in Montreal?
For now, yes.
Yeah?
I'm happy to be here. I have a lot of opportunities in this acting world, and
What about France?
my
Would-
friends.
yeah, would you like to go to France
Oh
and-
yes, I'm trying right now to.
Oh, you're trying to
Yeah,
go?
yeah. I was in Paris 1 month ago.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm in contact of some people over there.
Okay, good.
So I'm trying to develop my career. Like it's funny because logically my career was supposed to start there before here, but
Well,
now
I mean, it happens
like-
on your own journey. So
exactly.
you can't compare. Take it in stride, take one step at a time, and take one challenge at a time.
Exactly.
But you still dream big.
Ah,
Of
dream
course,
big.
dream
Yeah.
to what
I
you
think
want.
you too. You dream big, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you
extremely.
have to.
I'm extremely, self-confidence and patience is one of the greatest skills that you can have. I never compare myself to anyone else.
Oh, yeah.
My mother, I think you have a pretty good family, similar to my mother, where
Thank you.
she raises you in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, if you have an ego, you're not friends with me. I can't stand egos. If you're up here, why? You know what I mean? Why? Let me humble you a little bit, young
Exactly.
man. Come here.
I'm gonna show you live.
Yeah, exactly. But I've been through a lot more than people understand.
Yeah.
I signed with the top 5 agent in Canada, so she represents me worldwide.
Oh wow.
But the story to being there was moments where, not a lot of people know it, but I was almost homeless.
Oh wow.
I've been through the journey of
Wow. Okay.
financial struggle, debt, almost homelessness, and thank God, I've had friends or my immediate family who offered a roof over the heads. But I've been through the journey, and it sucks.
Yeah.
You're
good now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy to see.
Yeah,
that.
but
To-
I've been there.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people realize that.
Yeah.
Some people have it so easy in life, man. right?
It's funny because when I came here, I came by myself.
You came by yourself?
I have no friends, no nothing.
Wait, from France?
From
or
France
all the
here
way?
in Canada.
Okay.
So it was pretty tough also.
How'd you do it?
I'm crazy.
Crazy like a fox.
As soon as I have something in my mind, I do it. I told my mom I'm going to Canada.
Yeah.
2 years after I was in Canada. So honestly, it was not planned at all. I just take my backpack, the money I saved, and I came here.
Yeah, you had
and
a little bit.
Exactly. So to relate, I was not homeless, but it was also tough to be here by myself, knowing nobody, trying to rebuild a life. And
yeah, that's nerve-wracking.
So yeah, and it's 3 years of struggling, trying to figure out why I'm here, and now today I'm happy. And
so now I'm going to ask you the question: are you okay now?
Oh yes, I'm okay. I'm truly okay. I'm truly okay.
Good. Yeah.
And I'm meeting new people, good
Yeah.
people, and yeah, I get rid of negativity and people who doesn't.
Yeah. I find a strong circle is much more powerful than someone who has fake friends who will never be there for them when they actually need them. And that's the cold, hard truth. And people don't like to hear the truth, but I'm blunt and I'm upfront with people. Yeah. If someone's a jerk to me, I'm going to tell them straight to their face, hey, you're a jerk, man. You know what I mean? They can't get offended. You know why? Because I'm telling it straight to your face.
The truth.
I'm telling right to your face. I ain't talking behind your back, gossiping like some girl in high school. I'm telling you right to your face like a man, you know? You got to appreciate and respect that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it goes both ways. If someone ever had an issue with me, tell me to my face. And I think just being honest, and, you know, again, surrounding yourself with that circle is so important. You don't need to have 100 friends. You have 3 or 4, and you're content in life.
It's enough.
That's enough. That is all you need, man.
No, that's enough.
Getting back to the acting aspect.
Yeah.
What's a dream role? Like, let's say
dream
superheroes or American television or film. What's something that you're like, I wish I had that role?
Wow, you are asking a question very.
It's first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh yeah.
Usually that's the most truthful, right? So what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I love. I really like to be in a situation where I can lose control of myself. Okay, like for example, I really want to be someone who is sick also. Very
So in French it's malade. Maybe a little malade in the head, I guess.
Malade in my head, and like a character where I am bipolar. Okay.
So like Split, that movie Split with James McAvoy.
Exactly,
where he talks about Patricia saying things, and it's like, who the heck's Patricia?
Exactly.
His alter ego, the female version of him.
Exactly, like how can I say that? Like very bipolar, very
bizarre, like homeless, crackhead.
Exactly, I can
mixed,
like
you know?
being a CEO in the morning and a dealer in the night.
Okay.
You know, like or a crackhead in the morning and a CEO.
So sort of like what do you call that? It's like an alter ego.
Yes,
so it's like when you're with your family, you're this loving father, and then at night you're like this stalker who's like killing people, and you're living like a double life.
A double life.
Suspect you.
Yes, that is my dream role. Like
you're the first person to ever say a role like that. So I think you'll be the only one to book it.
I mean, I hope so.
Out of all the other actors that I've done, you know, sometimes I get a lot of like horror.
Okay.
You know, actors that want to do horror roles, and I'm actually surprised by that because then it kind of shows you where everyone's mindset's at, and that there's an audience in the horror genre or you know, drama genre. Okay. Very rarely I'll get someone who says, "Oh, I want to do a comedic role," which I'm surprised by because you think that everyone loves comedy, right? Based on what I'm hearing, everyone loves horror and
it works,
and they have a darker side to them, and I'm like, ooh.
But comedy is good and comedy works.
It is.
It
is, but I'm just I'm truly surprised that not a lot of people are selecting that genre.
It's curious.
Yeah.
Maybe because people think comedy is easy. I don't know.
It's incredibly...
For me, it's tough. Comedy.
It's hard.
It's hard for me
It's
to play
pacing
comedy.
and timing and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So...
For me, it's more difficult to play comedy than dramatic.
And I find, too, not everyone's funny.
Yes.
So people that try to be funny, I'm just like... Can we just have a real conversation? Like, why are you
Exactly.
trying to crack jokes at me, or why are you doing this and that? You
No.
know, like, so I don't know. I think it depends on the personalities, right? If you're vibing with someone and you match with chemistry wise, automatically the other person's funny to you because it's like,
course.
oh, we
You
get
don't have
along.
to- you don't have
You're
to
funny
force.
automatically.
Exactly. You don't have to. And you,
So-
what is your?
Oh, now you're gonna ask me? Okay,
Yes.
yeah,
Like
let's do the interview.
I'm curious. I want to know.
So, okay, you're going to ask me that, and then I'll ask you one last question.
Go ahead.
And that's already a wrap on our
Okay.
our interview.
No
so,
problem.
dream role, Hannibal or Carnage
Okay.
from the Marvel Universe. So, you know how there's Venom?
Yes, definitely.
There's the red one. I want
Yes.
to do the red one.
Okay.
I feel like I can play that insane psychopathic killer
Oh,
really
nice.
well.
Okay.
And there's always something fun about playing a villain.
Okay.
I
okay.
find very intriguing.
You feel
and
comfortable.
there's an element that I can bring to it.
Okay.
So I can act like this nice guy, and then like with the, flip of a switch,
All of a sudden.
I can be a serial killer. No problem. I can give you the look, and I would do it justice. So yeah, that would be my answer.
All right.
To wrap things up though, right before, I would like to know what's some advice that you can give that aspiring actor or actress who wants to get in the business, but they're kind of nervous or shy. What advice can you give them to be like, hey, you can do this?
I'm going to be honest. Okay.
Honesty is best policy, so go ahead.
It's not for everyone, but as soon as you believe that you can do it, you can go.
Yeah.
People said, oh, you can be an actor also. You go ahead. No. It's not for everybody. But you have to build your mind first.
Yeah, you need to have that mental toughness already.
Exactly.
You can't teach that. You either
No.
have it or you don't. And you find out very quick.
Exactly. You can take all the classes that you want, but if you are not ready mentally to fight, to be patient, to be humble,
Yeah.
you are not going to make it. So,
Completely
yes.
agree with you, man.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's another episode of Rising Stars, guys. I'm your host, Sean Watts. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.